Hi, everybody. Welcome to Network Connection. Today we'll be joining Dr. Gloriod of South Creek Animal Clinic. Hey, doctor, how are you today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm great. All right, so let's jump right in. Doctor, can you please tell us a little bit about what you do?
So I'm a small animal veterinarian in Spring, Texas, just south of the Woodlands. I've been practicing veterinary medicine for about 10 years now. I've been in the industry for 19 years. I focus primarily on dogs and cats. Unfortunately, I don't see special species. I am a general practitioner, so I do your, basic preventative care, your general surgery, your dental care, your long-term illness care, and hospice care, essentially. So kind of all aspects.
Gotcha. So what made you decide to be a veterinarian?
I actually got a job as a veterinarian assistant when I was 16 years old and
Ooh.
didn't know I wanted to be a vet. I've loved animals. I've had animals my whole life. I'm one of the few veterinarians that actually had cat scratch fever as a child and had a lymph node removed from my leg. And for some reason, I still wanted to be a vet. I grew up with my grandfather having livestock and miniature donkeys and horses and cattle. And so I was always just around animals, and it was fun, and I enjoyed it. And in school, I knew I wanted to be some sort of professional, and medicine interested me. And then when I got a job at a vet hospital, I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, this makes sense, and I love it. And every day is a new challenge. Every case is something different, mentally stimulating, which is why I enjoy what I do. I think the challenge of our job as a veterinarian is our patients can't tell us where it hurts sometimes, and they can't tell us that they're sick. They just, we have to bond with and partner with the owners, because I'm an expert on animals and canine, feline, other species, but as a pet owner, they're the expert on their pet. And so I think it's kind of a cool bond, and I like having a team relationship to kind of get to the bottom of the problems and have a solution that works for all of us.
Absolutely. And I'm going to just add about, the animals being in pain and not being able to say it. They're actually such experts of hiding that they're in pain.
Very stoic.
So that's like, their
It's
little.
tough.
All right. So what is it about your clinic specifically that sets you apart from other clinics?
Well, we have a state-of-the-art facility. We have in-house labs. We have ultrasound, digital radiograph, dental radiographs. We are, yes, we are practicing at the highest standard of care that we can possibly as a general practitioner in this region. From an anesthetic monitoring standpoint, we're monitoring the same things that you're getting done at a human hospital. The only thing that we're not doing is an arterial line for invasive blood pressure monitoring, which I don't know if there's any veterinary hospitals in the state of Texas that do that, other than potentially Gulf Coast Veterinary Specialists in Texas A&M, teaching hospitals, and that's mainly for teaching purposes. I think some of those things that set us apart is our care. Realistically, I don't want you to feel like this is just a corporate place or something like that. I want it to feel somewhere that you're comfortable. When I first opened my practice, some of the feedback we got initially is like, this doesn't look like a veterinary hospital. It looks like a dental office or a nail salon, or something very relaxing about it. And I said, well, that's the goal. I don't want you to feel like you're in a confined space and feel like you're trapped and that your pets are stressed, because when you're stressed, your pet's stressed, and vice versa. When your animal's stressed, you're stressed. So I did everything we could in a design aspect to try to kind of make things calm, and soothing colors. And fear-free is a certification you can get in animal hospitals. I'm not fear-free certified as an animal hospital just because I haven't finished that process yet, but some of the tones and color schemes and things like that were based off those.
Absolutely. So has COVID-19 affected your business? I know you started about a year ago. So
yeah. So it's been interesting. Not many business startups want to start during the middle of a pandemic, or have a pandemic happen. Unprecedented pandemic in our times, at least. Barring the flu of 1918. We opened in December to January. We had a soft opening in December, officially opened in January, and we had a great response from the public, and having people in the lobby. And as a business owner, I took pride in my facilities, and I still do. But it's really frustrating when you put all that effort and energy into a place, and then no one gets to see it but your staff. And you go from using 2,700 square foot facility to using 500 to 800 square feet, because realistically, we're examining them in a treatment area where it's easy to disinfect, and so where we can socially distance appropriately or wear PPE appropriately to be a little bit safer. our industry as a whole has actually done well so far. With COVID-19, we had to transition to curbside care. So now when you come in, we have to greet you at your car. There's a lot of phone conversations, which is a challenge because when people are bored sitting in their car, they're usually on their phones, and completely understandable. So we spend a lot of time walking in and out, which is fun in Houston in the summers. When it was 100 degrees, I got a little pop-up tent and some, some cones to, try to guide people where to be so we could be in the shade and not have one of my assistants get a heat stroke or myself. But it's been interesting. Probably the most interesting thing with COVID in the veterinary industry, the animal health industry, is that, a lot of people adopted pets and purchased puppies because they were home and they had time. And that's been really great for us as a business because now we have new patients, we have, new clients and things like that. But the downside to it has been, what's going to happen going forward? Are we going to open the lobby back up and be a source of infection or anything like that? Or, the PPE requirements and things like that moving forward. So there's always this unknown. And historically in recessions, veterinary industry does not do well. Unfortunately, in those situations in the past, like 2007, as about when I was in going to vet school, pets kind of took a back seat financially. It was an extra burden. They were still feeding their pets, but the care that wasn't necessarily just routine maintenance stuff, that kind of took a back burner. And as a result, we saw increase in heartworm percentage in dogs, which is a potentially fatal disease. We saw dogs having tumors and things that weren't getting addressed. And then when we started to see them back, when the kind of recession had improved, it made a huge impact on our outcomes, unfortunately, and a lot of times in a negative way. And so I think as an industry as a whole, from everything I can talk to with my colleagues, everybody's doing okay right now. And we're really, cautiously optimistic, but there's always the fear of the unknown.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I think these are all the questions I have for you today. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. Thank you everybody for watching. Have a good day.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.